So, it's time to talk about the potential MVPs for PMGC 2024. Now, in my last video, I spoke about the top contenders for this PMGC. Today, we are going to talk about the top contenders for the MVP title. Now, the players I'm going to talk about in this video, all of them has equal chances to become the MVP this time. I've not ranked the players in a specific order. I'm just going to name the players who can potentially become the MVP. And this is important. Before I begin, I want to clearly say that these are my choices, sort of like my predictions for this time. So just respect it and drop your choices in the comment section or have a healthy discussion out there instead of being toxic towards others' opinions. You can disagree with them, but just avoid being toxic if someone in the comment section names their favorite players or a player who, according to you, are not the potential MVPs. So, with that said, let's get straight to the video. Ready? Here goes. The first player which I'm gonna talk about is a player from the Southeast Asian region, and it's Rosemary from Alter Egos. Now, if Alter Ego performs well this time, then it's definitely gonna be Rosemary being the most valuable player for them. He has always been the MVP for this team since 2023. His performance this year in the PMSLs was also pretty good, and since he has been around since 2022, so there's no lack of experience in him. So, if Alter Ego dominates this time, which is pretty much possible because this team has some serious gunpower, then Rosemary is definitely a strong contender for the MVP title.
Di-revive oleh seorang Mort juga, tapi Rosemary tidak henti-hentinya memberikan sebuah hujan peluru, maksudnya tembak menuju bagian depan. 1, 2, diabsenkan. Rosemary headshot tajam dan tidak bisa dielakkan oleh pemain dari RRQ. Terus terpantau kembali menggunakan sebuah M4 dan lagi-lagi ada hasil yang sangat positif ditunjukkan oleh seorang Rosemary, kembali mendapatkan satu lagi. Ini dia pemain sensasional yang dihadirkan Alter Ego di season kali ini. Rosemary masih melaju dengan sangat cepat sekali, cukup percaya diri kelihatan di depan sana. Mod udah low banget dari celah kecil, kakinya kelihatan, betisnya ketembak. Mod udah bisa kemana-mana, masih terus ditekan oleh Rosemary, masih menghindar. Sepertinya sudah tidak bisa lagi, itu adalah end of RRQ Alter Ego.
Falak from ASI8 is one of the strongest players Pakistan has ever produced. I would say that he and Crypto are on the same level when it comes to skills. The only difference is that Falak is way better team player compared to Crypto, and that makes him better than Crypto as of now. His performance in the PMSL was nothing short of legendary. He is undoubtedly the MVP player for his team. And ASI8 has players who has all the necessary experience to dominate in PMGCs. So this young guy, with the support of his teammates, can literally crush the entire lobby. He is definitely a potential MVP for me this time.
Of that building, that's a really good molly. There's going to be slowing down the push off Delta, Killer, and Giante. They can't join up with Sleepy. This is a top tier molly actually from Westron.
Oh, Sleepy got burned?
I don't know how that
He
works
actually
out.
took a lot of damage for that. The rest of the team just continued going around the corner of this building, leaving Sleepy in the backlines. Alex might get a top 2 here actually from this one, or he might actually look for some eliminations himself. He actually does take the shot on Defache, gets him down. Alex trying to clutch things out himself. He's up to 5 eliminations.
Falak win? Question mark might be happening. I mean, the center's going to be out of the building here, so they're going to have to leave this area. 3TN's going to be the only one outside the building. There's no doors. They can't leave. They have to go and take some blues and damage. It's not going to work out. And 3TN just needs to spray them down one by one, but he gets overwhelmed, and it is going to be a Falak win! Oh my god, he just out-heals them!
Effect from Team Spirit is one of my favorite players in this PMGC. If you didn't follow PMSL EMEA Fall, then let me tell you that this guy was absolutely nuts in the tournament. He bagged kills in every matches like it was literally a joke to him. The aggression, the technicality, the game sense which he showed in PMSL, I can guarantee you that many of us have already fallen in love with this game. And the overall lineup which Team Spirit has, they are one of the top contenders to win this PMGC. And Effect is strongly one of the best contenders for that MVP title.
Rolling up, all 3 in a vehicle, and they are just going to step out. Spark is trying to suppress it, but this nade, he has 7 nades. Effect, okay, where have you been hiding those? Spark breaks cover, the blue zone's there, he goes down off in the distance. Now Matic can regroup, he knows that all 3 of Falcons have hopped out into this angle as Effect starts pushing these nades on in through towards the Falcons building now, the corner of the compound that they hold. Matic. This is how you go for the Matic classic. He's going to take the side swipe. I'm expecting in 3, 2, 1. No, he's regrouped. It's the Effect nade instead to the backline. Matic thinks better of it. He's reined in finally. He listens to Katsune's call there. and they break it back. Effect, 2 more nades behind the wall. What are they doing? They're all dead.
Zeol or Godless from IHC. I feel that both of them has equal chances to become the MVP this time. Because when it comes to the most valuable players for IHC in PMGCs, then these two players always come at the top. They can seriously rack up some insane number of kills if IHC manages to come back in form, because this entire year has been really disappointing for them. But people also say that IHC is a completely different team in PMGCs, which I kinda agree with. And if they do dominate, then Zeol might actually grab his second MVP title in a row, or it might be his teammate Godless.
But will it be a blinder? Here's the peek from Godless. Peppers into the opening man. Shuts him down as Sarah Biceps has fallen. And Reject Tokyo are being backhanded. IHC, the Mongolian side, have done so much here on Miramar. And they want to finish it in the 1v1. All down to this then. Godless waiting on top of the rock. Quick med Mac maneuver as well coming out. He's going for the hill. Godless is going to peek into him blank. Doesn't have the confidence to wide swing on it. Exposes his head. Takes the bullet back. Reject still holding on here. They both give up the fight to heal.
Just the bandies though for Godless. Duello hits the first aid kit. Back into the fight here now. Jackie looking to finish this one off. Hoping that the circle's going to favor him.
Godless constantly healing. Little bandages going up. The rest of his teammates going down for good. Godless wants to go for the drop down. Bides his time. Knows that there's no easy angle for Julo to peek up onto this. Tries to go for it. He jumps off. No way! Maneuver as he swings on in. Godless grabs it.
Lewis from Xaviers, the MVP of PMSL Southeast Asia Finals, which is considered to be one of the strongest regions out there. And being an MVP in such a compact lobby automatically puts you on the top contenders list for the PMGC MVP title. And if you remember, he was also placed third in the kill leaderboards in PMGC 2023. So Lewis is an MVP player for Xaviers. And if this team performs like they did in PMGC 2023, then Lewis will be having a strong hold to that MVP title.
Now they try to make it count for Xaviers. They have very low players there. Xaviers, Levi managed to just spot down on Jet Force. It's going to be BTR in trouble. It's an open field and BTR, they're down to none. It's going to be Geek Fam 2v2 with Xaviers here as well. And down to that root, knocked down on the side of Geek Fam. This is advantage against Tomato. Will they score that hat-trick? This is crazy run for Xaviers and today. What incredible phenomenal run, exceptionally well when it comes to his strategy.
Got one more to go for them to seal the deal. It's going to be Audrey. He won't have the time to pick up that road. They will go all in onto him. And 2v1. Audrey gets one. Could this be a big clutch of Audrey? 1v1 against Levi's. Dancing around. Levi's pretty low as well. And Levi's will make sure that Xavier will take on their third chicken dinner and day number 1 in Grand Finals.
Now it's Top from Falcon Force, considered among the greatest of all times. He has been always one of those players who has the most potential to become an MVP in the tournaments he appear. His records in the previous PMGCs has been absolutely outstanding, so there's no question why he should be among the top contenders. His performance in PMSL Fall has been amazing. His team looks like they are back on track after a short setback, and they are completely ready for this PMGC. And Top, as always, would be aiming for that MVP title.
Top, we know you're good. 1v4, I don't think he's going to be able to withstand that.
Oh, wait.
He's got
Wait.
Got DPS.
Matt, did you see it?
Wait, I did see the 1, the 2, the 3. Are you joking? Top, there's no way! What?
Now, let's talk about Top's biggest rival from his region. Probably the best player out there as of now. The MVP of the South Asian region. And it's Doc from 4 Medical Pipes. Now look, I said before that all these players have equal chances to become the MVP in the Global Championship. But that's not the case with Doc. This guy has the biggest chances among these players to grab that MVP trophy. He has been straight up godly throughout 2024. His team has been straight up legendary throughout 2024. So Doc is not one of the best contenders. He is the best contender for that MVP title. Unless Maxman decides to curse his team.
I mean, he's still alive.
Yes, that's a fact. He is.
And I don't know how much longer though, because we're getting into the final zone where Falcons do have position. So I usually have to come down the high ground into Falcons.
Yeah, and look at the angles of Falcons though. There's such a good angle. 1 elimination. They got 1 point. Yeah. And Doc gets it. He got 6 eliminations. Doc
and he gets second place for his team.
Absolute god gamer. Don't push one by one. Falcons, don't do that mistake. You're talking about beating Doc right now. No Zed. No Zed. Flush it. Can you flush it? Oh my god! Doc! What are you guys doing? Oh my god.
So I've already faced a lot of hate because in my last top contenders video, I placed Vampire Esports at the top, and I apologize for that because that was honestly biased. Performance-wise, I agree they are not the top contenders, but personally, they are the ones I'm rooting for this time. So obviously I'll put them at the top. And now the same goes with Tony K as well. I consider him the best contender for that MVP trophy. Not performance-wise, keep that in mind, but because he's my favorite player in this PMGC. He is obviously a potential MVP, and he is at the top according to me. His PMSL performance was also incredible, so he for sure deserves to be one of the top contenders. So yes, I want Tony K to become the MVP, and Vampire Esports to become the champions this time.
Nggak lepas-lepas dia, angle shotnya menuju ke arah seorang Alpha. Sudah ditandain. Kalau misalkan Alpha bergerak, ini ada kemungkinan bakal ditembak dan benar saja bakal langsung ditembak. Ternyata Tony Kurniawan lah yang mendapatkan seorang Alpha. Nice try alter ego Ares, 11 eliminations. Tapi ini dia 1v2 situations antara Tony Kurniawan melawan dua pemain andalan dari Boom, Frenzy dan juga Razy. Marga saat ini yang dimana dengan adanya tembakan yang dibuka oleh Tony Kurniawan, mereka tahu informasinya ada di mana. Tapi lihat Boom, mereka membangun gerakan. Tapi gerakan tersebut dimanfaatkan oleh Tony Kurniawan untuk menembak, untuk menculik satu pemainnya. 1v1 situation saat ini Tony Kurniawan dengan seorang Razy. Sama-sama half HP bar, sama-sama punya tackle. Tapi Tony Kurniawan menggila dengan celana Thailandnya.
Now again, I would like to include two players together because they are from the same team, and any one of them can become the MVP. And it's gonna be Revo or Mafioso from Alpha 7. Both of these players were absolutely nuts in PMWC 2024. Both of them were a part of the Dream Squad and were among the top 5 kill leaderboards of the tournament. But I kinda put Revo above Mafioso because his performance in their regionals was far better. But as I said, any one of them can become the MVP this time. Both of these know how to grab a lot of kills, and Alpha 7 is for sure gonna perform well in this PMGC. So Revo and Mafioso can become the MVP this time.
It was likely to happen, and here's where they will bite the dust. 3 teams now remain. Shadow, a Lone Ranger, WBG, bold with the crash, up in the vehicle, but the cut across from Mafioso's good. First knock found. The high ground still occupied, and Carrillo will be going down as well. Taken down, flushed away. Alpha 7 lose an opening man. Ming is there, but there's an answer from Revo. DBS in the shack, and it's brutal. A spray down from Mafioso, and Su will fall second. Revo with the spray for the flush. And now it's up to Zenab to try and hold face as well against 2 players remaining for WBG. Titan still in the background, could do something here if he's lucky. Revo finds another knock, and Zenab will fall down in response. And Shadow for Titan might be able to get a little bit more done. Alpha 7, 2 players alive, and it's Mafioso. Lost Ranger, 1v1v1.
Oh my days, it comes down to this. Mafioso comes out clutch when he needs to do, but it's Mao and Shadow. Chinese team stepping it up a notch today, that's for sure. Quick first aid kit, and it feels like there's some hatred over towards the Alpha 7 players coming through from both these squads. Mao unleashes the Molotov, nicely placed.
Shadow looking to bide his time. If Titan can take this one down, it will be an incredible performance. Drops the smoke out the front. Mafioso has to move first here. Shadow, position known. Looks for an angle with the DBS, wants to push out, but it's a bit of a stalemate. It's going to come down to the blue zone. Nobody's towards the center blank.
Weibo Gaming embrace the power of the DBS. They bring it to the international stage to see what they can get done. Shadow in alongside with Mao. It's a two-way conflict. Mafioso finds the first, looks for the second, and he makes it happen. Once again, Alpha 7 cannot be stopped on Sandhawk.
And now last but not the least, it's obviously gonna be QZ from Tianba. Look, Razy from Reject Scarlet has been the best performing player in 2024, no doubt about that. But since Reject Scarlet is not in this PMGC, it's obviously gonna be QZ who has a pretty good shot at this MVP title. He has been the best performing player after Razy in global tournaments, and he has been the best player in PEL throughout the year. He's at his peak right now, and if you ask me, Doc and QZ are the two best contenders for this MVP title, performance-wise.
Gamba needs to be careful here. They cannot buy it off more than they could chew. Yeah, they have that confidence. Their momentum's at an all-time high, but they can't be splitting against two different teams. But oh, look at that angles against Harami, bro. Tiamba.
They're fighting 3 teams right now.
This is insane. XC is applying so much pressure through the smoke, and that's what you got to do. Just shoot through it. Hopefully get some hit markers. 7 eliminations. This team's looking almost unstoppable here at this point.
They're fighting Falcons, they're fighting Harami, bro, they're fighting TJB on the outpost on the northeast side. Is there anything that these guys won't take on? It is absolutely incredible to see this pace pick up at the start of the day. Nades over, and this is a crunch being put on Harami, bro, right now.
Oh, Tiamba's committing a lot of resources here to these last 2 players. They should just kind of run up and take him out. Harami, bro, yeah, Nades, they smoked themselves out, completely eliminated their own sight lines.
So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and share it with your friends. And I'll see you next time.